Hey guys, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television. I'm not too happy to be reporting right now, but hey, when in Rome, right? You guys should be following me on Twitter because I'm releasing some really key updates right now at AMTV Media. We must be getting really close. Really close. A top city political analyst agrees. They must be watching AMTV. I don't know, I've been talking about this for 10 years now, but now it's mainstream, which tells you how close we are, how scary this truly is. A Korean military conflict could mean World War III, says City's top political analyst. So let me read this to you. The outbreak of military conflict on the Korean Peninsula would be destabilizing. It could possibly result in a global war, according to City's top global political analyst. While it was impossible to put a number on the scale of the North Korea risk, war games carried out throughout history have simulated what could happen as a result, said Tina Fordham, Managing Director and Chief Global Analyst at Citi. A conflict on the Korean Peninsula would not only be very disruptive in the region, but could potentially lead to World War III because of the U.S. security guarantee, so it would be internationalized overnight. She tells Street Signs. North Korea, of course, carried out its sixth and most powerful nuclear test on September 3rd. Hydrogen bomb, worsening already fraught U.S.-North Korea relations. And it goes on. It is the single biggest geopolitical threat, and one that would also move markets. When we look at political risk, we look at whether it's likely to cause an oil price shock or a shock on growth. So there you have it, folks. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is freaking unbelievable. Now, none of you should be surprised because obviously we've been talking about this for a very long time. Kim Jong-un, of course, fires another missile as we lead into the weekend here, approaching Friday tomorrow, a second missile over Japan. And I've got friends and family out in that part of the world. The confirmation that they got emergency alerts on their cell phones, and it's pretty chaotic. People are really scared. You know, what's interesting about it is here in the United States, it seems like most U.S. citizens think they're immune to this, like they think they're safe when they're not. Okay, I remember when people told me that I was a crackpot because I said that Kim Jong-un had the technology to attack with an EMP. That's another report that I just read a few minutes ago. Of course, I've known this for years, so have my top intelligence experts and sources. We've known this for a very long time. It's why we've all relocated. People like me live in Arizona, or we live in Idaho, or we live in Montana, or we live in Texas and some of these places because we know what's coming. South Korea is preparing for an EMP. They're preparing for a chemical attack, and this is just becoming more and more heated. I'm just reading more headlines here. It says, dangerous arms race on the Korean Peninsula. Seoul's worrying response to Pyongyang missile. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson calls on all nations to take new measures against North Korea. Again, it's almost like it's getting embarrassing because they're firing so many missiles and Trump is doing nothing. But what we need to understand is Trump isn't doing nothing. They're getting ready and geared up for the big one. Even Goldman Sachs is talking about this, worried about North Korea, worried about this geopolitical risk. Again, I have been at the forefront of this, along with you, at the forefront of this, that it's not about North Korea. It's about 1 billion Chinese. It's about Russia. It's about a nuclear-armed Iran. This ties directly into the reset, directly into the economic reset. All roads lead to Rome. I saw this firsthand working in the financial services industry, but all roads lead to Rome, whether you're coming from a biblical perspective, a religious perspective, a spiritual perspective, a political perspective, an economic perspective. Not only is all this going on, it's going on at the same time this country is burning. We've got protests out in Berkeley because Ben Shapiro is speaking. Like, who even cares? Like, Ben Shapiro's cool, but come on, he's not that controversial. And there's helicopters floating around the skies. By the way, I'm glad I didn't go to Berkeley because I had a scholarship opportunity there and I turned it down. And instead I went to George Washington University, which probably wasn't a whole lot better, but was better. Like, could Berkeley be a more liberally biased, retarded institution? We are ripping apart at the seams right now. We are ripping apart geopolitically. We are ripping apart. Look at the two parties. They're trying to impeach Trump. I haven't even gone to that story yet. They're trying to impeach frickin' Trump right now, too. The war isn't about to begin. It's already started. It started in 2008, 2009. I could argue it started in 2001, September 11, 2001. You know, they're going to keep test firing these missiles until it's not a test. Do you understand? Do you get it? It's not bullshit. It's very, very real. Americans need to wake up. You're not safe in your city. You're not safe in your town. You're not safe here. What you're reading about in the news is not isolated to Seoul or Japan. It's probably more risky to be here in the United States than it is anywhere else in the world right now, as Donald Trump prepares for that Pearl Harbor moment, as the deep state, if they don't get rid of them, are preparing for this right now. By the way, they're demonetizing all of our content as it's released. This one too. It's not advertiser friendly, so the news isn't. A Real Opinion and Real Truth isn't advertiser friendly, so it would be a real shame, guys. It'd be a real shame if you upvoted this video right now with a thumbs up. It really would be a shame. If you did that and shared it across your social media, it'd be a shame if this video went viral right here. It really would. If 1 million plus people saw it, it might just wake up 1 million Americans like, geez, we're not immune to this. This is a real problem. We're looking at World War. People think this stuff can't happen. It already has. It's already begun. It's already started. This is what people don't get. Remember they told us Kim Jong-un couldn't do an EMP. Oh, that's not even possible. Bullshit. Not only that, he can hit every single major American city throughout the country. And you think you're safe? You are not safe. You can't even make this stuff up. It's like we're living in a movie, but it's real life. These are the major headlines across the globe right now. We are standing on the edge of a cliff. This is the longest missile flight over Japan ever. The second! Are you freaking kidding me? Japan allows this? The United States allows this? And they're allowing it and they're not shooting it down because, as I said, Donald Trump wants to allow it. So he gets his Pearl Harbor, just like FDR, just like Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Right? And that way, he can sell the war, the very unpopular war otherwise, to the American public and the international community. That's exactly what they're doing. The UN sanctions were nothing. They were weak. Kim Jong-un's in control. He's the one in control right now. But it's not Kim Jong-un who's really in control. It is China. It is Russia. It is Iran. That's the global war. This city analyst knows it. Must watch my videos. Goldman Sachs even knows it now. Everyone knows it but you. Not you tuning in, but the American people. Everybody knows it's here. This global conflagration is here. This biblical event is here. But the American people. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. They won't wake up until the blast hits. This is a freaking joke. It's a freaking joke. And I'm just going through some of the other reports here. And again, I don't want to be delivering news right now. I really don't. We've had a long day. This stuff sits heavy in my heart. I don't like it. I want peace and prosperity in this world. I want freedom for all people. I want liberty. I want love. I want compassion. I want God. I want holiness. I want truth. I want justice. That's why I do what I do. Every major news outlet around the country is ringing the alarm bell right now. Again, they must have been watching us for the last 10 years. People call me a fearmonger. No, it's the truth. Wake up!